Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Julie Mann, and I show men and women how they can live healthy, happy, sustainable lives by changing their habits and using cutting edge products that help them to age well. And I'm absolutely delighted because today I'm joined by a voiceover artist called Billy Michaels. Hi, Billy.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. It's really great to have you on. So, for those of you that don't know anything about Billy yet, you'll hear some more, and I'll put all his links below. But really, Billy, I'm going to hand straight over to you, and you're going to talk about great habits for voiceovers, aren't you?
Basically, to me, voiceover is more of a mindset because, you're a voice actor, so you know how this goes. You audition, you market, you email production houses, agents, and you gotta be prepared because a lot of this is rejection. You're not gonna win every job, far from it, and you just have to kinda prepare yourself for that. And, starting in this business, that was the hardest thing for me. It's like, "Okay, they don't like me. Why don't they like me?" And it's not about that. Sometimes it's more of like, you just don't fit this role. You don't fit this part. It's nothing about your performance. It could be, but a lot of times it's nothing about your performance. It's just, do you fit this role that they have? So a lot of what I do is it's like a daily thing where I've got to just set in my mind that, okay, I'm going to email these many people a day. I'm going to audition this amount. And you just have realistic expectations. And it's just part of the work day. It's not like, oh man, I got to audition this much. And then I better book and I better, and if I do, because then if you have that mindset, you're not going to book because it's going to come through in your performance and you're going to sound shaky and nervous or not what they want. So you've got to just clear your mind of all that stuff and just like, you know what? I'm just gonna do this. This is part of my job. Have fun with it. That's more the way that I look at it. You just gotta have fun with a lot of these things, and it's just part of the job, is what it is. So when you actually book the job, I always say that most of voice acting, the hardest part is getting the work. Once you actually sit in your studio and you record the job, that's the fun part. That's not the work. The job is the auditioning and the marketing and the constant emails and being organized and keep reaching out to people. And so the fun part is actually doing the job. But like my voiceover habit is constantly just being consistent with reaching out to people, auditioning, and trying to have fun and realize that the marketing part, that's part of the job. It's not just, I would love for the jobs to just line up without any effort. That's not the way it's going to be. So you have to have this right mindset. And I think a lot of people starting out in this voice acting biz, they think it's just going to be easy. They're not prepared for the rejection. They're not prepared for auditioning a bunch to get one job, marketing a bunch to get one person that's maybe interested in you, and then you got to follow up with these people. They're not prepared for that. They just like, oh, the jobs are just going to roll in, and I'm going to make money at the house, and it's going to be so easy. And then a lot of times people aren't prepared for, you got to put your best foot forward. So you got to have professional demos. You got to do the training. You got to do the work. You got to get the coaching. There's a lot of stuff that goes into this, far from just like, hey, I'm just going to get a nice mic and I've got my studio and now here we go. No, there's so much more to that. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. So you got to really prepare. It's work. It's not easy. It's not hard. It's a lot of tedious stuff, and but it's work, and that you just have to prepare yourself that, okay, I'm going to do this stuff. And it's like you reap what you sow. It's like you're a little planter and you're planting all these seeds in the field, and eventually the harvest is going to come. Eventually it's going to work out. It just takes time. It's not a get rich quick kind of thing. It's fun when it works, and it will. You just got to keep at it.
I love that, and the fact that you mentioned it's like seeds that are gonna, at one point, at some point, some of them are gonna grow. Yeah, some of
Yeah,
them are gonna land on stony ground, and
right. Yeah.
it's about dealing with that. But yeah, trusting that they will blossom if you keep at it. And I absolutely love, Billy, that you've talked about having fun, because I think that's so so important. So it sounds like when you do your daily, the stuff you do daily, to get work, to audition, to keep in contact with your clients, it sounds like you're not attached to the outcome. You know, you do what you need to do,
Yeah.
and then you let it go. And then when you get booked, you just have a great time doing the voiceover. Is that right?
There's a lot of times where from my agents or production houses that I've auditioned for, they'll contact me and say, "Hey, so you got this job now, and can you have it by then?" And I have to go because I save all the auditions. I have to go back and like, I don't even remember doing this. I don't remember doing the audition, and that's the way you got to have it. You got to have it just set it and forget it. Don't worry about it. Don't be like, "Oh man, are they going to book me? Are they going to hire me? What's going on?" No, you just have to do the job and set it and forget it, and things come back. And it's funny because yeah, a lot of times I just forget what I've auditioned for. I have to go back. Oh yeah, now I know what that was. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I know that you're a family man as well. So you're juggling all sorts of things, and it's about keeping perspective, isn't it?
It
And
is.
having a
Yeah.
life beyond,
Well,
what you do in your recording studio.
right. You got to set times. You got to set boundaries because working from the house, I mean, you're not away. So I think sometimes your family takes advantage of that. Like, oh, well, you're just here. Like, yeah, but daddy's working. So you get out of here now. But you got to set those boundaries and say, okay, I'm going to work from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. I'm just shutting it down no matter what, unless it's a last minute thing that has to be urgent. But I'm just shutting it down. And then it's family time and you just gotta have to set those boundaries. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Billy, for sharing that. So
Thank you.
if any of you watching want to find out more about Billy, I'm sure you do, then check out below this video because all his links will be there, as will be mine. So thank you very much for watching, and thank you, Billy, again for being my guest.
Thank you so much. My pleasure.